welcome to Yoga on Saturday with myself, Melanie, Ashley. And I've got a really nice session for you today, all based on helping to reduce our stress and anxiety, just so that we can cope better. And as with last week, you will probably need a couple of cushions, which I've got here, just to help support the body, and maybe a scarf or a towel. So if you don't have these with you at the moment, then please just spend a minute, go and get those, because we want you to be really comfortable as you go through the class today. And I'll just talk for a few moments while you go ahead and get those. And I think there are one or two people, I've just had some messages, yeah, here we go, who are from people who want to join in. So last week when we went through our yoga class, we were focusing on the lower abdomen and the belly, and today we're going to bring this energy up into the heart area. The abdomen here above the navel represents our fire, it represents our energy, it represents our passion. So it's really good to connect with this in some way. And of course, when we move into the heart, we're moving into the place of compassion. And we want to create that balance and that flow. And every time we breathe and every time we move today, I want you to draw your mind down to the belly and expand outwards, expand upwards and expand downwards. And take your time and breathe well. If anything feels uncomfortable, then just go into a nice, easy posture. And so now we are ready to begin. So if we bring our hands into what we call Hasta Mudra, so the thumb is just resting in the middle of the chest. And I'd like to dedicate this practice to George Floyd and all the lessons that the eruptions are going to teach us and teach humanity. And we'll honour this with a mantra. It's a seed mantra, it's a traditional mantra, which means that it sends the vibrations deep, deep, deep into the universe. The words are in a language called Sanskrit, which is the original Indo-European language, and a lot of the Greek language, the Latin and the English are born out of Sanskrit. And the translation means, may we all be protected, may we all be nourished, may we work together with great energy so our intellect is sharpened, may our studies be effective. Let there be no animosity amongst us, so that we can live in peace, so that the whole of nature, the world, can also be in peace. And may all the divine forces be from a place of peace. So I'd just like you to sink your mind's eye into your heart and into your abdomen. So we're sinking our consciousness into the pit of our passion. But we're also linking this with compassion. And as I recite that line, I'd just like you to take a nice inhale and feel the whole of your body expanding. And then there'll be a moment's silence as you exhale. And by working like this, we'll start putting a rhythm into our bodies, into our minds, into our consciousness. Sahanau bhavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavai. Tejas vinavadi amastu. Mavid Vishayai. Bring your hands up to a place over your head. And then we open up into what we call a Lotus Mudra. And within this Lotus Mudra, let's gather the divine energy and just consider, what do I want to nourish me so that I have the strength to help to perform in this world in a way which is beneficial? What do I want? What do I need? And then we're going to open this Lotus Mudra, take it out to the side, and just have a palm of your hands facing upwards, your fingers facing upwards. And just by doing this, as you inhale, imagine you're pushing walls away, and you bring the breath up into your lungs, into your rib cage, they expand. And as you exhale, just drawing through the tummy, as we did last week. As you take your next inhale, rotate your head so the chin is over your right shoulder, and you're looking for that strong, powerful energy to draw in through your right arm into your heart of compassion, and let it fuel your whole body. And as you exhale, turn your head towards the left, so that we have a calmness and a peacefulness with this energy. And as we inhale, let's draw this in, this cool, calming energy through the left side of the body into the heart of compassion. And then we turn our heads towards the right, and we exhale and we send this through the heat of the body. We'll take an inhale, open the arms out wide, and then let's exhale, bring the hands back together. We take a breath, and then we release. So we'll be using this big opening and closing through our class today. Bring our knees together, and we're going into where we were last week, which is a child's pose. It's a very cooling, calming posture. And as we said, if it's difficult for your heels to go on, for your hips onto your heels, put a cushion here so that you can sit backwards. Similarly, you can also put a cushion underneath your torso, so you support your body, whichever works for you. And we bring one hand onto the other, rest the forehead here. And just take your time to breathe really well. Inhale, allow the tummy to expand. And then just exhale, draw the navel back to the small of your back. And every time you exhale, you want to be pressing your sitting bones into your heels, so you're grounding yourself. Then I'm going to bring my arms long by my side and let my head drop to the floor. And then I'm going to lift using my navel. It's as if the navel is pulling up through my spine, lifting me up, and I'm still letting my head drop down towards the floor, and I'm pressing my toes into the mat as well. I'm letting my shoulders be nice and round. So it's my abdomen that's pulling me up, keeping me up, and I'm letting my head, my neck, my shoulders relax. Okay, just take your time. And when you're ready, bring the sitting bones back to your heels and onto your cushion. Make a pillow with your arms and bring your right ear down onto your hands. As well as being beautifully restorative, this is starting to open through the thoracic spine, the space between your shoulder blades, and to release the tension through your neck and through your jaw. Just 5 breaths here. And then raise the head up, and then we bring the left ear down. So we're just opening up through the thoracic spine the other way. We're just going to take our 3 breaths here. Allow the whole of the body to relax back down. And then we bring the forehead onto the hands again. We draw the tummy in and press the sitting bones down. And then we lift the whole spine up to the ceiling. Bring the arms long by your side and allow the body to breathe. You're allowing the spine to breathe. You're creating space between each of the vertebrae. Exhale, completely pull the tummy back. Inhale, lift the spine up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull the tummy back to the lumbar spine. Take one more breath here. And then bring your sitting bones back onto the cushion or onto your heels and make a pillow with your hands. Open the knees really wide so that your tummy can relax and your right ear is now on your hands. And you just breathe. Breathe nicely, really full breath so you feel the whole of the belly becoming nice and full. And as you exhale, you want to be pressing the sitting bones down into the heels. So you're contracting the abdomen. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. We raise the head and we bring the left ear down onto the hands. And just shimmy through those shoulders. As you allow the whole of your back, your shoulders, your neck, your face to completely relax. Couple more breaths here. Good. And then we slowly come back up. Our forearms are parallel to each other. We're in Sphinx Pose. And again, you still may have a cushion between your sitting bones and your heels, so you can press backwards. The back of your neck is nice and long. And we draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. And again, with each exhale, we press those sitting bones down into the cushion. So we literally open up the vertebrae in the spine. And we take that breath along the whole length of the spine. As again, we exhale, just pull this back. Just 3 more breaths. Your fingers are super wide, so there's space between each finger, and you just tip the tips of the fingers into the mat. So you're activating your hands, make them nice and strong. From here, inhale, pull the hands towards you, so you're moving up into what we call a cat-cow position, with the shoulders directly over the wrist and the knees directly underneath your hips. Your spine is long, and then you're going to exhale, coming back into our Sphinx. Then we're going to inhale, kneel up, nice full breath, do a tailbone tuck, exhale 2. And again, inhale, do a tailbone tuck up, and then again, exhale 3. So we're literally just breathing and moving 4. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And exhale here. Good. We'll do a slight spine rotation here. As we kneel up, we take an inhale. We're back in our box pose. And really draw this tummy back up into the lumbar spine, tailbone tucking down. And then raise the left hand up towards the ceiling and rotate your head to look at the palm of your left hand. And this is where we can actually let the heart sing. So take your exhale first of all. So we're grounding, we're anchoring the breath, we're anchoring consciousness. And as you inhale, pull your heart up towards the ceiling. And that upward energy may be so strong, you're lifting the right hand off the floor. But you're working with that breath. And then release, exhale. The arm will feel really light now as we come back into Sphinx. And this is important after a slight spine rotation so that we can lengthen that lower back. We bring the spine and the muscles supporting it back into balance. And then we inhale up again. Take that exhale to ground and anchor our breath, our consciousness, the body. Then raise the right arm up to the ceiling and look at the palm of the right hand. And again, we want the heart to sing, so we lift that up towards the ceiling as well. And we just breathe along the length of that arm. And exhale, release. Take a breath here. Exhale, hips to heel. And we're back into Sphinx, allowing the spine to rebalance completely. Good. So let's link all of those together. First of all, make sure your breath is nice and balanced. Inhaling completely and exhaling, release. Inhale, bring yourself up into cat-cow. Start your exhale, revert back into Sphinx. Inhale up into cat-cow. Take a breath here to just simply exhale. Support your lumbar spine before we expand the spine and we open out, reaching up. Exhale, bring that left hand back down. Take one breath through the whole of that spine and we exhale, coming back into Sphinx. Just to open it out, we look after the body. We inhale up into that same box position and exhale, ground through the breath, ground through the mind. We inhale, lift the right arm up and extend as high as we can, really shining through the hands. And then we exhale, come back down into the box. We take an inhale here. And then we exhale, come back. Let's do that one more time. Should become nice and rhythmical. It's an expansion and then a contraction. Then it's an opening through the left and then it's a release to the floor. We open up through the spine and we exhale back to lengthen. And then we come back up into the box. And then once more, we just exhaled, stabilized. We open out through the right. And then we exhale, come back to ground. We take one more breath here. And then we exhale, hips to heel. One more round. So we start to develop a flow, a nice, easy flow. Open out through the left, release to the floor. Expand through the right, come back to the center. Now we energize that whole spine with the in-breath, and then we exhale, retreat back to a place of calm and stillness. Make a pillow with your hands and bring the right ear down onto the mat. Take 3 breaths to come back to a place of calmness, a place of stillness, a place where you can breathe, a place where you can relax your mind, a place where you can find a place of peacefulness. And then slowly bring your left hand onto your hands. And then again, just become conscious of how well the body is breathing. And you take nice long exhales to allow all tension to ease out of the body, all anxiety to leave the body. And you can bring about a gentle smile within the body. And you can hold on to that through the breath. Let's come back into Sphinx. Hold that. Check your lower back. How is my lower back? Maybe give it a bit of a shimmy. How's my shoulders? My thoracic spine? How's my neck? How's my jaw? How are my eyes? And we slowly come up, we turn round, and we're now into sitting. So for your sitting, as we did last week, we'll just try and find a comfortable place for us. So your knees might be pointed up like this is good, or you might have one leg tucked underneath. Wherever you are, you just need to be comfortable. Some people may even just put cushions underneath their knees as well. And we're just going to bring our hands into Hasta Mudra. So this is connecting with our heart energy, the energy of compassion. Exhale. So now we want to keep the tummy as still as possible as we breathe and expand our lungs. Here we go, we root the breath. And we inhale, bring this up over the head, exhale. Think about what we need from this practice as we open this Lotus Mudra. And then sink the lower spine and the hips into the floor. So the force of the downward energy will help to lift us up, reach up as far as you can. Open up this lotus, exhale, the hands down by the side, the fingers point upwards. So again, imagine you're just pushing the walls away, you're creating an opening along the length of your arms. And actually the energy runs from the tip of your little finger, the left hand, along the length of your arm, under the armpit, across your shoulder blade, to the other side. Keep the tummy contained. We look to the right. The right side represents our dynamic energy. So we want to draw this in. Think about what motivates you, what gives you the power and your passion, and draw that in as if you're pulling something in through the palm of your right hand, and you want to filter it across your body to the left side. Exhale to the left. The left side of the body represents our intuition, our creativity. So we're adding power to this just by moving that breath. Now, inhale through your left, so you draw that calmness, that intuition, that knowing in through the left, and turn your head, exhale to the right. So we just keep this dynamic power in a place which is healing for us. Then we're going to open this out even more, lift the heart up, turn the palms of the hands up, and we exhale, pull the tummy in, and we're back into our heart energy. So we're drawing from the left and the right and coming back to the center. And again, 3 times. Inhale up, open up, exhale, we stabilize, we connect with higher self. Open up that lotus and lift it up. It's like, bring on more. Open out to the universe, exhale, the hands down by the side. Now this time we look to the left. We want this to give us our energy. So we draw in our intuition, our creativity, our poetry, our music. We pull this into the body through the left and we filter it out through into the right, where we energize it. We energize by bringing in our passion, our dynamic, in through the right, feed it out through the left. Look to the left. Bring your head to the center. Now we open up, lift the heart up, and then we exhale, pull it all back into the center. Then we turn the fingers down, so we're rooting everything, our power, our intuition into the floor. Then we're bringing it back into our heart as we lift up, back into the crown of the head. We inhale up, we open up, we exhale out. Then we expand, look to the left, and exhale out towards the right. We inhale through the right, and exhale out through the left. And then we open, it's like we're creating a huge sphere of protection around us, and we pull it back into our hearts. We take a nice breath here, inhale, and then we take that exhale, Let's ground this out, and let's just inhale up one more time. From the abdomen, the power, the passion, upward. Look up at your thumbs, literally lengthen your spine, and then pull this all back down the central channel to the heart, and we rest. So take a nice breath in. Find our place of being centered. Let's bring both our hands onto the left knee and the left hand behind us. Have a little bit of a shimmy through the hips so we can connect with the whole spine. So from your hips into your lower back, the shoulder blades, your neck, the crown of the head and the tip of your head. Use your shoulders and then let your body just settle. Come back to the front. Bring your hands onto your shin, flex your toes, and just hinge forward a little bit. Maintaining the connection, crown of the head, through the neck, the shoulder blades, the lumbar spine. Inhale, come up. Draw in through the tummy. That's to support your back. Might do a little bit of a pelvic tilt as you now rotate towards the right. Bring your right hand behind you. Chin over the right. Shimmy through your hips so that your spine can find a good place. Lift up through your heart, back of the neck, crown of the head. Rotate your chin. And you have a secret smile to yourself. And then you release again. Hands on the shins, take a nice breath. And exhale. Then moving very, very slowly. We're going to do some work on the back. So turn round and just lie on your back. Now again, as we said last week, you may need to put some sort of a scarf underneath your lower back so your lower back feels comfortable. Or it may need to go underneath your neck so your neck feels comfortable. Your arms are by your side and your knees are pointing up to the ceiling. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And then if you can, just extend the legs up to the ceiling. And if you get the legs in just the right position, they will just stay there. And the weight of the legs will just press down into your hip joints. Your hips will root into the floor and your lower back will root into the mat. And just breathe along the length of your spine as we consider the touch points between your body and the floor. The shoulder blades and the floor. The kidney area and the floor. Your hips and the floor. And very slowly, please bend your knees so that your feet, the sole of your feet, are now also on the floor. Yeah. And bring your hands onto the abdomen. And just connect with the abdomen expanding with each breath and contracting as you release. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, the belly falls. And you reconnect once more with your rhythm. It's your rhythm of life. It's personal to you. We reset the mind, the body, the spirit so they're in complete alignment. And it's this alignment which brings about a sense of peace, a sense of inner knowing, a sense of inner stability. Allow the witness of the mind to move to the space in the middle of the chest where we were focusing on today. And as you inhale, just imagine that your heart is lifting up out of you, it's expanding. And as you exhale, it's just dropping back into the cavity. Inhale, allow your heart of compassion to expand. And as you exhale, let it come back in. And just one more breath. Thoracic spine, breathing. So this energy, this fire energy we started with at the beginning of class, that lifts up to fuel this heart of compassion. And together, we lift it into the throat area. Relax your throat. So every time now when you inhale, just imagine that the glottis, muscles around your throat are just opening, they're expanding, letting the air flow in. And as you exhale, just imagine it closing. Just 3 breaths here. So this fire, this energy in the belly is being fueled with the compassion of the heart. And now it's burning up here. It's just on fire through the throat. But the throat is also very cleansing as well. It's a place of purity because it cleanses the food and the air before it enters the body. Similarly, it's going to kind of cleanse the heat, because we want the heat to be a healing heat as opposed to something that's burning. There you go. And we bring this heat, this healing heat into the brow center. We just let it subside. So each breath we take now comes in through the nostrils up to the brow center to meet our energetic self, and then we let it release. And so now the whole of the body is breathing. All of our energetic self is breathing. The 72 trillion cells in our bodies are breathing. Om. Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Punaktu. Sahaviryam Karavaivahi. Tejas Vinavati Amastu. Mave Vishayahi. Take a moment to stretch nicely. And then to give yourself a hug as you draw your knees into your chest. And just to remind yourself of what you need to nourish self. So you can look out for it during the rest of the week. And then roll over onto your right hand side. And take a time to guide yourself back up to sitting. Beautiful. And bring our hands to our hearts with a nice inhale. And then exhale, hands back down onto the knees as we allow all worries, stress, anxiety to float away from us. Namaste. And this brings our class today to a close, and next week we're going to be doing more work on the spine with spinal rotations. So it's really important that we understand how to keep this abdomen nicely contained so that we can rotate nicely and safely. If you've got any questions, just let me know. Have a wonderful day, my goddesses. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.